another risk runner. But I'm also shamefully admitting that I am a somewhat of a openly said that I give little rips about. I give a little less than two rips about the trophies and the triumphs in the game, and that's true. I kind of really don't care about those things. But I do like pursuing exotics and gun and weapons and armor. I do think that loot that actually benefits my character is of an importance and an interest to my efforts here in the game. And it is also fun to have like these little tasks that you can go into, where you're completing maybe a couple other bounties, but at the same time you're also getting this nice task done. This is a spark of hope, and it is specifically for the risk runner. This is not the one that I pulled out of collections, and you can see that it's not the one I get from collections because it's got 1246 on it. No, I did not infuse it. The point, as per my little tag in Twitter, was Bungie, is it in any way possible you guys could include some kind of chapter marker when you're doing quests? Because I was at the final step where all I had to do was just massacre a bunch of fallen pirates with my risk runner, and then the quest was completed, and I got error coded B. Now, I've been saying this over and over and over. Yeah, I'm on Wi-Fi, but it seems like anytime I get close to completing an activity that I have vested interest in completing, and that doesn't necessarily even need to be. Look, there it goes again. That doesn't even have to be, things like the raid or trials. Just for four, I mean, I've been lagged out of trials. I've been lagged out of raids and quest and completion steps. I got lagged out again for error code weasels. This is not my connection. Okay, you cannot say this is my connection. All right, my Wi-Fi is good. I check my signal strength all the time. I check my internet speeds all the time, and it is not my connection. If I was LAN connected, I would probably still get these error codes. And all it means is that I now have two choices. I can either try to complete the quest again and hope that I get half an hour's worth of good connection with the servers, that I don't get lagged out, or I just delete it. I had three of these things on an earlier Warlock. This is not my first Warlock in Destiny 2. This is like my fifth or sixth Warlock in Destiny 2. You can go through my light GG, my fifth attempt at a Warlock in this game, in Destiny 2. Warlocks were so much more fun to play in Destiny 1. I don't know what the difference was. Yeah, I ended up maining a hunter towards the end, but I did enjoy playing my Warlock. I had all three classes in Destiny 1. I played all three classes as much as I could. I just ended up spending more time on my hunter because that's all the time I had for it. And it's kind of the same thing with Destiny 2, but I'm like, hey, it's a new season, it's a new series, so to speak, Beyond Light. And I figured, well, I hear a lot of good things about the Warlock in Stasis. And I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try. I'll give it a spin and see what happens. Maybe this is the guy who, goes flawless in Trials, as if Trials ever gets back. But, I got these three bugged quests. I don't even remember what they were anymore on my first Warlock in Z2. And it happened for the same reason. I'd be at the last chapter. I'm halfway through the last chapter. I just got to do maybe like 5% more of the quest. And then error code B, error code Weasel, error code Baboon. Get kicked out to orbit or titles. And then the next thing you know, I got to go back all over again. And here's the really odd part about this. When I first got booted, all I had to do was because it's the steps are pretty obvious. You do the lost sectors, and then you eliminate the shadow captains, and then you find the wall breach, and you go through the wall, and you find the risk runner, and then you drop down and you wipe out a bunch of fallen. It's a 30-minute quest. Seriously, I've been on this thing now for an hour, going on an hour and 20, and this is my fourth attempt to fulfill it, to finish it off. Bungie, if you see this, this is why this player, me, does not do the raid, does not bother with trials. It makes virtually no effort whatsoever to do dungeons. I'm tired of getting close to finishing it and then being kicked out of the game And it's insulting that your error messages say you're having a problem with the network. It's not us, it's you. Well, you know what? It is you, because you demand that we all play on a peer-to-peer network, and that is unstable. That is an unstable situation. Somebody show me the docs that says otherwise. You got my email. You know where I am. Prove it to me. Okay, and while you're at it, also send me the proof that says that playing all three characters is better than playing than playing the same of one class. Okay, because I personally don't feel that there's any detriment or whatever. I mean, if it's not like you can earn more pinnacles with just playing one class. All it means is that you've got all three characters at pinnacle level, which means that you're doing more activities. You're drawing in more people. I know guys who are pinnacle on all three of their different character classes, and they Sherpa constantly. Now, yes, having all three classes used to actually mean something. It used to mean something that you had a balance of warlocks, titans, and hunters in the game. But Destiny 2 does not present that sandbox. A hunter is just as good as a warlock and is just as good as a titan. It's all about who the player is and how they play their character and how that character interacts with their playstyle. It's like picking hand cannons over sidearms and scout rifles. Some people like full auto scout rifles. Some people don't. Some people like full auto sidearms. Some people don't. Some people run with just the crimson. Other people are okay with the ace of spades. There's wiggle room for styles and preferences. I mean, I like sweaters, but I absolutely cannot wear wool. It will make me. I will turn into a raspberry if I wear wool sweaters. Will I get penalized if I ever have to find a job that requires me to wear a wool sweater? Yeah, chances are I'll have to wear a t-shirt underneath that to make it feel comfortable, for as long as I have to wear it. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't play warlocks very well. I don't play warlocks and titans as well as I play hunters, and yet you're saying that we can't play multiples of the same character because those copies won't get any pinnacles or powerful gear. So why not just stop us at the creation screen? All right. But the point is that I get it. There's error codes. There's network problems. It's the first week of Iron Banner since the new series began, and everyone's excited and getting in there because you got all the sweat lords who are like, blue balling over the fact that there's been no trials for the since the launch of Beyond Light, and even before then. And so now all these, hyper, thirsties are just out there just slamming the shit out of Iron Banner. That's why I'm not playing Iron Banner today. I want people to just go ahead and blow their wads, get some catharsis, have some fun, and then I would go ahead and pick it up, Thursday or something like that, maybe Wednesday evening. But I mean, do I even want to try Iron Banner? I mean, what's my guarantee? What is my confidence saying to the fact that I can't even complete a 30 fucking minute easy ass quest because you keep bouncing my ass into orbit? And it doesn't matter what time of day I play, so you can't blame network traffic. This is on you, Bungie, and the only way you're going to be able to remedy this situation and prevent players like me whining and pissing and moaning like I am right now, because I'll admit I am, is to try to put in some kind of marker or bookmark or something that lets the game realize, hey, all he had to do was, wipe out a half a dozen or so more fallen before the quest ended. Load me back into the instance that said, the quest step that said, test out your risk runner. Why couldn't I be loaded back to that? It's like the whole game just dumped my memory for my character, and it's frustrating and it's not fun. So yeah, that's kind of what I just wanted to share. And guys, I mean, if you've got some docs, hey, I will tell you right now, at total NDA. Okay, you tell me why I can't have three hunters, why it's more important to have one of every class. You give me some hardcore, straight up developer generated numbers that back that shit up and can be tested and proven, and I will shut my mouth up and play a Warlock and a Titan and just get good. Okay? You tell me that I can now go ahead and not worry about getting lagged out of an event, that I will be coming back to that reward or to that quest step and not have to repeat myself a dozen different times just to get back to where I got bumped out of the game, just to get bumped out of the game again. And I'll be raiding every day. Get off the tricycle of peer-to-peer networking and, strike out on that Harley Davidson, because I know you guys are capable. And that's why I keep playing the game, because I when the game works, it's fantastic. It's fun. It's a great way to just dive right in, get immersed, escape, play out a little power fantasy, because that's all the Destiny is. It's just a power fantasy. I mean, it's all over the place. I'm going on the hunch that maybe the wall is open. I don't I don't know. Yeah. Uh, no, it's not. I had done all this. I don't know. In the end, I would be surprised if anybody even commented on this. I would probably be uh, floored if even I got a troll's comment on this. I mean, this is a beautiful game. Some of the best environments that I've played in a long time.
Glad to see that superconductor is being put to use. I'll leave you to it, but you get in over your head? Call me. I still owe you a rescue or two. Shaw, over and out.
I don't know
We're
why
hunting
he's in my
dust
freaking
captives.
headset.
Kill the mechanics to draw them out.
This is ridiculous. The other thing too that might be kind of fun is I know I get the whole Beyond the new light quest is like it's designed to introduce new players, um, but when it's obvious that you've got a veteran player or an experienced player playing, in MMOs like Elder Scrolls, they say, "Hey, you've already played the new light quest on this character, or you have a near level cap character, or you've already done this." Literally, this is the Elder Scrolls Online. You have already completed this tutorial on another character. Do you want to go through this tutorials again? And if you say no, you're dumped right into the world and you go for it, because you kind of fun to do that here with Destiny. I made a new character. Just let me get in there. I mean, maybe you're trying to slow people down from doing the cycling spam, but I mean, you've already disabled all that by time gating everything else, so it doesn't make a difference. It's just like it makes no difference if I have one hunter, two hunters, or three hunters. They're all going to get to 1060 eventually. So, why worry about how soon I get there? I'm not one of those guys who complains about a lack of content once I beat the game, so to speak, because I don't see Destiny as a game you can ever truly beat. It's like playing Dungeons and Dragons. You can never truly beat D&D. As long as you've got the will to take on adventures and you've got people to play with, you've got a game that's going on, and all you do is just get better. Yeah, eventually your character starts to reach the levels of demigod status, but that just means the dungeon master has to scale up the challenges. There's always going to be a scale up challenge. I mean, Destiny uses battle leveling, what they call it challenge mode, and you know, yeah, that's it. I can't do this anymore. Um, okay, you know what this means. I said when I made this character that if I get a rash of fucking shit, I'm just gonna mothball it. I'm not gonna delete it because I just don't feel like going through that new light crap ever again. But I'm just gonna park his ass at the tower and let him be. And yeah, Destiny has broken my empty vault challenge too, because I want to put these weapons uh, into the vault. This gun here is his. This one is also my hunter's, and so is this one. But the rest of the Warlock can keep, obviously, because he's earned them. He was borrowing this one and this one. This was just to give him a little bump, a little boost. That was all. That was all it was. I mean, I'm not far from 1250. 30 more levels. It's mostly this right here that's holding me back. There we go. See, 1245, 5 levels away. That would literally would be an afternoon in Iron Banner. That would literally be an afternoon in Iron Banner. But can't have that.
Underway.
You can't do that because
Done.
this game is just not fucking stable.
When does the offensive launch?
And I mean, it's been like this even when they were with Activision. So you can't even say, "Oh, this is because they're all on their own. You're going to cut them some slack." And you can't. Just one more person fucking falls back on COVID-19. If they're a digital service, seriously, a digital entertainment service, if they fall one more time, I hear somebody fall back on COVID-19. I can't do good because of COVID-19. Bullshit on your ass. You know, freaking U.S. government, as fucked up as it is, has been functioning pretty damn okay with COVID-19. News stations are still putting out services, and there's plenty of wink, wink, nudge, nudge. God, really? I'm not lying here, guys. I remember back at Windows 98, I used to get the random IT call from the secretary pool that I was working with. And as I'm sitting there on the phone with them, trying to talk them through their system, I'm hearing this. I'm like, "Are you clicking your mouse as we're doing this?" And they're like, "Yes, yes, I am." I says, "Well, don't, because every click you put in there, the operating system is going to try to resolve, and all you end up doing is stalling any progress we're making here." But that's not the case with this game. That's not the case with the consoles. It doesn't remember every click that you do. That would be super broken in PvP. But anyway, well, this is a total shame. And now you know why I just don't bother with warlocks. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'll talk to you guys later.